Good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Thanks for having me here.
Of course. I'm excited to hear. So why don't you give me a little bit of a rundown of your background?
So I've been at KCC for about 2 years now. Before then, I was at OIT. I just felt like college has kind of being a student and then now into the professional world kind of felt natural for me. I'm born and raised in Klamath Falls. I did get to leave for a little while to experience some sort of difference. And I went to Western Oregon University for a couple of years to finish my bachelor's degree. So I'm just a advisor in Building 9 now, and that's been pretty good.
Okay. Well, you're never just an advisor.
Well, you know.
But what is your bachelor's in?
It is in community health education, so it's kind of like public health. I really wanted to be in the healthcare field when I was young, all the way up until I started going to college. But I think God had different plans for me. So I thought, still kind of in the healthcare side of things, I just love all that kind of nerdy data stuff.
Somebody has to learn all this and teach us how.
Exactly. And I can't handle blood. So it actually was pretty good for me. It was really fun to learn kind of that side of the healthcare system.
I like it. I understand you also have a master's. What's your master's in?
I do. It's in organizational leadership. So when I was deciding what I wanted to do for my master's, I just thought, that's kind of a broad subject. Like you could go in a million different directions, which that appealed to me. I didn't want my options to be limited. I thought this could work in so many different directions. So I don't know where it's going to take me. I know it will one day be worth it. Yes. But I think it has. Getting that master's degree has been a huge, personal, goal of mine. So it's definitely worth it.
Awesome. So we know what you do, but what did your grandparents and parents do for occupation?
Yeah, so most of my family is not from Klamath Falls. I've had grandparents from Michigan and also Oklahoma. And so in the 50s is when they both kind of migrated to this area. The logging industry is what brought them here. Both sides, so it's weird. Both grandparents did. So logging was huge back in the day, and I really admire that you can do that hard manual labor and work in a mill, but also provide for your family and both sides had huge families, kids, and they had the car, able to take vacations. So times have definitely changed, which I wish we could kind of be that way now, where it was a single parent income back then. Mm-hmm. It's not really a thing anymore. No.
So about 3 jobs per household.
Exactly. So that's what my grandparents did, both in the logging, which then my dad was at the mill, Geldwin, he's still there. It's been over 30 years. Okay. Awesome. And my mom, she's a business owner now, but she was like a surgical nurse, but didn't have any of the formal education. She had all on-the-job training, so really self-made, and that's super admirable to me.
That's super awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. What kind of gave you that idea of I should go to college, do this education, and how did your parents take that?
Yeah, I think it was really my dad not pushing it on me, but instilling in me, and it's really sad to say, but he would say, "Don't be like me." And I'm like, oh, stop it.
You're please don't do this.
Don't say that. Yeah. But he meant there's better things out there. There's so many opportunities. So he had always said, go to college. Whatever that means, just do it. Okay. And my mom was on the same page too. So I didn't really think I had an option, which is kind of weird to say. Okay, college. What does that mean though? But so I didn't really explore anything else. I didn't explore the trades. I didn't explore on-the-job training, which I don't have anything against that. I actually really admire that side of things. But for me, it was always, okay, college. All right. So, yeah.
I can relate to that. That was kind of like word for word where my parents were
really?
at, so.
Okay. Yeah,
It's definitely, I think, a pretty common thing. I know, big subset of folks for it to be that way. Coming from a family who's not really, typically gone to college before and then pushing you to do that, what was the hardest part of being a first generation student?
Yeah, so I remember being a senior in high school. I remember them talking about the FAFSA. You need to do it. This is, money to help you go to school, because I did not have the financial support from my parents. Of course, they wanted to, but they couldn't. So I remember being in high school, and I don't think they had like a FAFSA night or come in, this is mandatory, you have to fill it out. They didn't have that. So I had to navigate, like, what am I doing? I don't know what this is. I need my parents' income. I don't even know what a tax return is. So it literally, I remember it took me 5 months to get my FAFSA filled out. And we ended up having to go to like a family friend who had went to college, and she was like, "Oh, this is what your gross adjusted income is. Put this here. Do this, do that." And that was like, it was such a barrier to me at that time, where there was a point where I was like, I don't even think I can do this. But somehow the ball kept rolling and we got it done, and it was like, oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now I can focus on what do I want to do? What do I, so that was a huge burden. And I just feel for anybody who doesn't think they can do it. And I'm like, no, you got people. You got people. You can do this. We got you.
Yeah.
So it really resonates with my students a lot. Like, I kind of see that fear, and I'm like, oh, no. We got you. We got you. And I hope I provide like a safe space where it's like, no question is dumb. I've probably been there. Don't worry.
I know the feeling. I've had a lot of those. They're like, so I don't really know what to do. I'm like, come with me.
Come on.
We're gonna go visit friends in Building 9.
Yeah,
come with me.
Exactly. Yes.
But now that you're sitting on this side of it, like, what's some advice that you would give to some of those students that are going in as first gen for the very first time?
Oh man, just don't give up. The little things might trip you up. Like for me, it tripped me up, but I didn't stop. You have support. Like, I feel like we're really welcoming in Building 9, especially, or if you go off to university or wherever, there are people who care about you. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're in. If you're brand new out of high school, or if you're 50 years old, 60 years old, it does not matter. It's not too late. You can always do it. So I just think, don't be shy. That was my problem. I was too shy. That social anxiety is real.
Feeling.
Yes. Just don't let those insecurities get to you. Just come in and we'll take it from there. Just trust that people have your back, and we want to see you succeed.
Awesome. Well, hopefully for the students that see this, they kind of get that feeling, because I feel like a lot of them do get nervous, and I'm like, don't be nervous. We got you.
Yeah, right. Totally got you. And it's totally normal to be nervous too. So,
so what, looking back at kind of like everything you had to go through to get to, all your education, what personal sacrifices do you feel you made at the time, and do you feel they were worth it?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of something specific, but I had changed my degree. I can't even tell you how many times. So that was a big thing where it took me 5 years to finish my associate degree. So that was a big sacrifice in my mind at that time. I'm like, I'm how old? Like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so old now, and I haven't finished anything. To me, that was a sacrifice. Like, I have to keep going. I have to keep doing this. And then even now, I don't know. I think about what's next, and then I think I'm too old, whatever. And nope, you just have to get those insecurities out. I don't have like my own family yet, so I can't say that that's a big barrier, or things I had to sacrifice for that, but just my own personal time and commitment towards things. But yes, it was worth it. So worth it. If I could go back in time, I might have explored something else. I don't know. But like I said in the beginning, I think God has a plan for me, and I think I'm on the right track.
Yes. I feel that. I think I also started as a STEM major, and
Okay.
we're very far removed from that at this point.
Very,
So
very far.
pretty
That's
typical.
okay.
So, you're not alone there, but I
Yes.
appreciate you coming in and kind of sharing a little bit about yourself with me.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.